I have some updates to share, my friends, and slowly I start to understand what they're trying to do, what they're going after, what they're trying to do, what they're going after, what they're trying to do with the platform as a whole, Instagram. And yeah, so let's talk about that, and let's also talk about, yeah, this new feature called Reels. Welcome back, Dominators. My name is Dominic, and without further ado, let's talk about this new update, and let's talk about this new feature called Reels. And I think we briefly touched upon it a few months back when they first started to roll it out, only in Brazil, I think it was, for some beta testing. Now, obviously, the beta tests went well. They did some changes to this whole thing, and now they're continuing to run this whole thing out in Germany and in France, I guess. But let's talk about this. I have an article here from TechCrunch. You know, greetings to you, my friends. And yeah, basically this is how it looks like Reels. Apparently it's gonna be a new thing right next to the story feature. You can kind of change to Reels or something like this. And there's some new, more interesting things. But let's start slow. So first of all, they say they're expanding its TikTok competitor known as Reels. So first of all, obviously what Reels is, if you don't know what it is, basically just a TikTok clone, kind of, if you will. Music, dancing to music, and doing some cool kind of produced videos to the music and stuff like this. You know, it's not a new thing that Instagram just takes something that's well known, takes something that's kind of proven, like the story feature from Snapchat, and then they just roll over it and take it. What's there? Now, what they're doing right now is, starting a couple of days ago, Instagram's rolling out further access to Reels in France and Germany. Now, first of all, I'm not in either of those countries, which is kind of sad for me. I wish I was in Germany. I'm right next to Germany, but I still don't have the feature. This has probably something to do with Austria and other countries not being able to have Instagram Music because of the licensing rights and stuff like this, you know, but just my educated guess on that. Now, what you can do is record short 15-second video clips set to music or other audio, and then share them on the platform where they have the potential to go viral. Oh, look at this. So apparently they're also working on a new Explore system, if you read between the lines, of these clips going viral. Now, here's the thing. In the initial test of this Reels feature, I think it was only inside the stories, you know, in the story reel, if you feed. But apparently, the Instagram community said they wanted the ability to share Reels with followers and friends in a more permanent way, something that sticks, you know. Now, what they did was, as you can see right here, next to the IGTV, next to that, there's this Reel tab, basically, that looks like TikTok, if you ask me. It just looks like TikTok, you know? Come on. And yeah, there's a few things that are interesting. First of all, we talked about it briefly in another video. They have another feature that's going to have another tab. So it's going to be really interesting how they're going to be able to squeeze so many tabs in there. And apparently also the community, the Instagram community, said that they want a dedicated space where they could easily compile Reels and watch other people's Reels. So maybe they're gonna make a standalone, kind of like the IGTV at some point. You can press in, then you have a IGTV Explore feed. Who knows? Really, who knows? And basically, they say these changes offer the chance for more exposure for both Reels and their creators, as Reels becomes more of a destination in the app, like Stories Row is today. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And they also say the challenge for Reels is in getting Instagram users to create a different type of content than they do today in their feed, posts, and in stories. Those videos tend to be more personal in nature, like clips from For Someone's Today or a vlog, for example. Meanwhile, more professional creator content has been relocated to IGTV, or, you know, well, they try to relocate that to IGTV, because right now there's not so many and not a lot of cool content on there, if you ask me. Apparently, they didn't say when Instagram plans to roll out the Reels feature globally, and we don't even know if they even do that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do that, especially since now they've expanded their test from, you know, to multiple countries. But there's a few interesting things if you read between the lines, and I thought about it, to see what's happening inside Instagram, how they think, how they want to expand, how they look into the future. Because if you ask me, what this whole thing, if you take a look at all of the Instagram updates and all of the hints of future updates that are coming, It kind of makes it look like they want to become the social media powerhouse, the home base of social media. They want to have like their own hub with multiple facets of people building a brand or having a social media brand. Let me explain that. Let me explain this a little further with my, you know it already. Because if you ask me, a personal brand, a brand, or whatever social media brand always builds upon multiple facets, multiple layers of, first of all, relationship and of production quality, and just multiple layers of relationships and of touching points, if you ask me. Can you still hear me? Because it's kind of far away. I have to sit like this. Because, first of all, it started out with just feed posts, feed posts, just regular pictures, later some videos. Come on. Then stories, and this is more like the professional kind of type of content. With stories, there's like the personal without a lot of production quality, just the in your face type of stuff, where you really relate on a same level. Then they have this new thing for kind of blog posts that we talked about. I forgot what the feature is called, but there's this feature. So now I remember this other thing called guides. That's still not out yet, but that's more like a blog type of thing. A blog type of thing where you have some knowledge stuff and for some tutorials and stuff like this. Tutorials. Then obviously for the more produced video content, they have IGTV. Produced in long form content. They have IGTV, and apparently now they have also this new feature called Reels for the TikTok thing. Now, considering that there's been some backlash, or there's going to come some backlash towards TikTok just because of weird practices. For example, I recently heard that the new iOS beta kind of figured out that TikTok always copies your clipboard from your phone towards their servers, so they always kind of spy what you have copied on your clipboard. There's been other leaks. I think I'm gonna make a video about this, about the moderators doing some weird things on TikTok and stuff like this. So who knows what the future might bring, because things happen really fast in today's society, and especially in today's media world. So yeah, maybe it's a very smart move to take what's working on other platforms. I mean, they've done it before, not only once, and put it towards their big user base, because you can leave them that. Their user base, it's there. It's not like just a trendy app that just spiking and then it kind of loses traction like Snapchat, but it's a slow and steady upward spiral for the Instagram world. And apparently they're planning to have this whole thing, as the Instagram powerhouse, social media, because this is all the facets, the stories, the guides, combined in one app. Now, is it gonna work out or not? Who knows? We're gonna see. It's really a gamble with these things nowadays, and obviously they're just trying it out as well. Anyway, now what does that tell us? Concluding this whole thing, because they're going for the big picture, because they want to become the social media hub, it means it's not over. It's far from over, as a lot of people think all the time. The Instagram trend is kind of dying and stuff like this. No, they're building for the future. They're building for the long term. And if you are here and there and right now, and if these things all work out in the end, it's actually really just the beginning of the whole ride. And by you continuing to build your social media brand, your Instagram brand, for something for the long term, you're always going to win. I just tell you how it is. And if you want to know how to grow your Instagram, if you want to know how to serve all of these things to your audience, to build an audience, to find an audience, and to find ways to actually blow up your Instagram, I have a free training down below in the description. It's actually free. We have a lot of great stuff in there. Just sign up down below. And otherwise, I'll see you in a couple of days. It's going to be hard for me to make videos. Probably at this point, I'm already going to be far away back in Kiev. And I have no idea how to make videos. So, we're going to see. Anyway, I'll see you in a couple of days, my friends. Bye. It was a pleasure. Now I'm going to go to sleep. Had a rough night.